Welcome back to CuboldCast. Today we'll be talking about some of our favorite open world games. So today is a different sort of podcast. We're recording from separate locations because some of us were exposed to COVID, and I might have COVID, we'll see. But it's a different setup, so if you hear any weird audio issues, don't pay any attention to that.
It may be like this, depending on how things turn out. Maybe like this for the next couple podcasts,
Especially if they shut down the state again.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I don't think. I mean, it may be a little. You may be losing a little quality, but I mean, we'll do it with what we have.
Yeah, so. I think it'll work out pretty well.
Yeah.
There's a little delay over Discord, so we might not hear each other right away, but I think that might be the only issue we run into.
Yeah. Oh, and I say cheating, but we're kind of going for a stretch here, but we aren't really talking about quote unquote Christmas games, but we are kind of using the Christmas theme to put out more episodes, kind of like what we did with the Halloween series, but there aren't really that many Christmas games, and if there are some, they're very arcadey and short to where they don't warrant.
Yeah, they're not like specifically Christmas.
Yeah.
So Caleb did a Christmas games video.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think we do a full podcast on those.
No, those games were short and kind of little fun games you could play during the holiday season, but I like the theme stuff. So, I mean, it's not exactly Christmas games, but definitely Christmas themed.
But we like Christmas, so we're going to throw Christmas music in the front.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite Christmas movies, out of curiosity?
I actually like Home Alone. I haven't seen it in forever.
I love Home Alone.
It's like one of my favorite Christmas movie.
Definitely Home Alone. Home Alone 2, actually. That's a good one.
All the other ones are trash.
The Grinch cartoon, like the old animated one.
The old one, not the new one with the...
well, the Jim Carrey one is funny, though.
Actually, the Jim Carrey Grinch live-action movie is my favorite one. It's always been my favorite. It's hilarious.
I like Nightmare Before Christmas, too.
I've actually never seen it.
That one's always an odd one. I don't know when to watch that. It's both.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe you watch it in November.
That's actually the perfect transition from Halloween to Christmas.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that would be a good maybe like Halloween night or something. Watch it or
maybe Thanksgiving.
Then there's like
between Halloween and
maybe
Christmas,
Thanksgiving.
Like before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
Bridges the gap.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Christmas music too.
Yeah, what was that Christmas song you put on Discord the other day?
Which one?
It sounded pretty intense. I don't know. I just heard electric guitars going.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just go on the like a regular radio station and just start listening to it. But I think it was what's that one orchestra? That really famous
Siberian.
Yeah. I think it was something like that. But it wasn't the very popular song that they play. It was some weird other one that Some of the songs are so odd. Oh, did you know that I was listening to Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer the other day, and she dies.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She dies in the song.
I didn't realize she died.
Yeah, because he's like, me. As for me and Grandpa, we believe. And then it's like, what is it? Oh, yeah. He was like talking about if they should wear black to the funeral or something like that.
Oh, my.
I was like, what?
I saw this meme on Discord the other day. This grandma was shooting a shotgun, and I said, "Grandma's not getting run over by any reindeer this year."
No, true.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Killing Floor 2. I like the Christmas update they have.
Oh, we gotta play that.
Krampus. Yeah, they have the heavy metal Halloween music. Christmas music, and it's pretty awesome. I like that a lot.
Patrick's been wanting to play that recently.
Yeah, I'll download that again and play that.
You know what felt like Killing Floor 2 a lot? To me, at least, was the SCP game we got access to the other night.
Yeah, Pandemic.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the Killing Floor vibes, but I know what you mean by the wave kind of shooter.
It seemed like a very slowed down version. I think they kind of, I don't know, not that they look similar, which they kind of do, but I kind of felt that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. As I was playing it, it just felt a lot like the base enemies in Killing Floor 2.
Yeah, I could see that.
That game's fun, though. I normally don't like wave-based games, but that's one game that I actually do like.
That's one we're definitely going to cover, because there is a story.
And yeah, there is. Actually?
Yeah, 4-player, I think, what is it? 4-player co-op, SCP game.
SCP. I thought you meant Killing Floor 2.
Oh, no. The mechanics, I mean, the movement in it. Like, I was talking to Chug. When you put on a bandage, it's so good. Like, even though he just puts it on his arm, it's a lot better than other games that I've seen.
Yeah, not like Far Cry where he just pops a bullet out of his arm. Yeah, after he gets shot with an arrow.
Yeah.
It's so
all
weird.
the animations are smooth in that. And the gun effects are awesome.
Yeah,
They really are.
I took the LMG and I just started shooting everything with it. Just spamming it all over the place.
The
it was
alpha
so fun.
is the alpha is the only thing that's currently out. So it's not that long right now. But
And didn't wait, what was it? Man, I just lost my train of thought. I don't know.
Beta. There's the beta, and then there's the full version coming out in the spring.
Chug said something. You said something about the game. Never mind. I lost my train of thought. It was something to do with Never mind. Never mind. My brain
We're just
died
messed
on
up
me.
today.
It's odd. I'm looking at a screen instead of sitting.
Usually we look
around
at
with
each
you
other.
guys.
We
Yeah.
actually can go off of that, but it's harder to do it. But
Yeah.
I think it'll turn out fine.
Yeah.
My nose is a little stuffy, so I'll be
Snuffy?
sniffing a lot. Yeah, that's okay. So we're talking about open world games today. We couldn't think of like a specific game to talk about because we haven't been playing any other games besides Cold War, and we're just going to talk about games that we really like and why we like them. Some of the best open world games.
There's so many. Because when you guys said you put the filter on and then you looked at all of them, I probably don't have nearly as many as you guys, but there are a lot. Oh, I've been playing Starbound a bit.
really,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I haven't gotten too far into it, but I was playing with Ben, and I like it. I like the story. I like games that have a lot of story. I mean, it doesn't have to have a story. Like Terraria. I mean, Terraria is
it
amazing.
kind of does have a story in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
I mean, lore, kind of like Dark Souls, but like,
yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
If
the
you
whole story of Terraria is actually about the Moon Lord, the final boss. Speaking of Terraria, Ben and I have been playing that. We started playing that yesterday. We played that
I
pretty
saw
much the
that.
whole day because I couldn't concentrate on anything. I feel
Yeah,
better
I saw
today, but we played for like 6 hours yesterday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But if you don't know about Starbound, it's basically a Terraria clone, but not exactly a clone. But it differs in like having weapons, having a story, and it's kind of like if you can imagine No Man's Sky, but in 2D pixel form.
Yeah, Terraria combined with No Man's Sky. I think I've compared
yeah,
it to that
exactly.
before.
Yeah, but it's I like it. I like it so far. I think it's fun. It definitely feels like it has a lot of content. I do feel like it's missing something. It's something I don't
missing
know
something
what
with
it
the
is.
combat.
Yeah, it's just there's like that one slight thing. It's not a big deal for me, but that one slight thing that's off that you find in Terraria that you don't feel and find in Starbound. I can't really. It's the combat, but it's also I don't know. Maybe I have no clue. It's just something.
Yeah,
But
That's
I
the
like.
way I always felt about it, and I couldn't put my finger on it.
Maybe it's because we played Terraria first, so it's like we're directly or not even consciously comparing it, but
Well, I know for me, every time I've tried to play it, the combat was the thing that turned me off the most.
it is
I mean,
a little weird.
I like the game.
yeah. I've actually
Um,
never tried it.
It's mostly for the building.
I haven't got really.
I'm
into
not a
the-
huge fan of building, but Ben loves it, so that's why he likes it so much. 'Cause there's
Yeah.
so much you could do, and there's so many items you can place down.
Well,
you
we
can build
enjoyed
your
building in
ship.
Terraria though.
What's that?
Well, you liked building in Terraria though.
I don't build anything majorly creative. I kind of just build the necessary buildings and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
big
true.
base.
True.
But in Starbound, there's tons of other things, like different types of doors you can put down. And Ben was showing me some of the stuff he created, and he was spending hours on those
Yeah,
buildings.
he makes insane things. Like he had so you can build your spaceship out, right? You can also build a base on a planet, but he had this massive spaceship. Not only that, but he was able to get these invisible blocks. So you'd walk out into space to another spaceship, and then he'd have like two other ones, and they were massive.
Yeah, 'cause he got
told
mods
me,
for it.
Yeah, he told me he got a mod that allowed him to build
Yeah.
outside the boundary. And so
Yeah.
he actually built like 5 times the size or something like that.
That's
the
pretty
actual
insane.
ship.
It looked really cool what he was building.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the open world game that I've been playing. I don't know about you guys.
I've been playing a lot of linear games lately, but
Control. That's linear.
actually,
Is that linear?
No, it's not linear.
This is,
Never
I don't
mind.
know. That's not open world, is it?
It is.
Oh, I want to hear about that because I'm really curious about that game.
Okay, so I did beat it. There were 2 DLCs, and the story. I did beat it. Yeah, it took me almost 20 hours, I think. It was totally worth it though. But basically, what the story's about is So Control is basically about a woman who goes to this, like, what is it? It's like the FBI, except for like supernatural objects or something like that.
SCP.
Yeah,
Sounds like
SCP.
kind of like SCP. And pretty much what you're supposed to do is you get there with no recollection of what's happening. You have no idea what's going on. And you find out this virus from one of these objects of power, which you find around the facilities. And the facility's massive. Like, absolutely massive. And everywhere in the buildings, there's like, I forgot what they called the enemies, but they were like the Hive or something, and it would like infect their brains and turn them into like these supernatural demon people.
Huh.
But basically, as you progress, you find new objects of power and you gain new abilities.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Fallen Order's progression. Kind of like you start with nothing and you slowly get new abilities.
Oh yeah.
And it's like open world at the same time. Like it's really cool.
I was gonna say the premise sounds a lot like SCP. Facility, inanimate objects that have,
And I actually said that when I saw him playing it, because he's like, look at this object of power. And it was like a possessed wrench or something behind glass. And I'm like, that's literally SCP.
Yeah, it's
they
really
stole that
cool.
directly from SCP.
It's a really cool game.
Speaking of, just on Fallen Order, my brother was playing it the other day. He was fighting one of the big sisters or whatever, on the tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite boss fight.
Yeah, he was playing that for like 6 hours, and I was
That
like,
boss fight?
yeah. Then I was about to, like, I was like, here, let me show you, and I was like showing him what to do, and I was about to beat her, and he's like, no, like, get killed. I want to beat her, and then like took him another like 2 hours.
Oh my. That was my favorite fight in the game.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, yeah.
When I played Fallen Order, I didn't know you could get more stims. So I played the entire game with 2 stims.
I knew you could get stims, but I didn't know how to, like, I didn't get them. I only had like 3 or 4.
I kept thinking like, oh, they're gonna give them to me in the story and tell me how to get more, but they never did. So I figured maybe I just have to make do with 2. So I played through the entire game with two healing stims.
That's crazy. I don't know how you got through the final boss fight with 2 stims.
Chug, you showed me how to get them, but I could only find like 2 more.
Yeah, there you can get a total of like 12.
That's
insane.
crazy. I would have had no issues if I had 12.
That was a pretty fun game. I just didn't really care for the story too much. Or well, the story was okay.
There was a lot of backtracking.
Yeah,
Like
I think it was
you go back to the planet and you unlock a new door,
True, yeah.
and then you go get power, go back to another planet, that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I don't really mind backtracking too much. I think it was just Cal. He was so vanilla, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the story, but Cal wasn't the best. He was kind of a boring character.
I heard people say that they enjoyed BD1 more than Cal.
Yeah, everyone loved BD1.
Yeah, true.
Everyone loves a little cute robot that runs around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cal himself was a pretty boring character.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty huge for me. Is a protagonist that I can sympathize with and enjoy playing as, I guess. Well, it's not that I was like angry. I was playing. I was like, I don't want to be Cal. Like, it was more of a like
You were so mad the entire game playing Cal.
I was just like sweating and furious. No, it was. I don't know. It's just more of like, it's hard for me to connect with someone that's so, I don't know. I expected what he would do next, basically.
Yeah. Wait. For open world games, you could tell there are specific types. You know what I mean? Like there's the open
Ubisoft
world games.
open world.
Yeah, there's the open world where you get dropped in to the world. You have no idea what's happening, and you explore. Where there's others that are linear, but they're also open world at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay, so I know what you mean.
Yeah,
so like,
there's like multiple types.
so like the Fallen Order, you mean, versus like an Odyssey?
Yes, like that, or like a Borderlands, or like a. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, there's like a game that has linear levels that you can play however you want, as opposed to a giant world that you can explore as you choose.
Yeah, like Breath
Right.
of the Wild.
Yeah.
That's just like a playground. You could just go wherever you want. That
A
type
game
of
like
thing.
Control or Fallen Order has the linear levels you progress through, but you can do the levels however you want. Which
Yeah,
I'm actually glad that there are some games like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of refreshing to play a game that you don't have to worry about getting hundreds of collectibles and stuff.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Caleb?
I was gonna say, you know what I've been wanting to play recently? Well, actually, there's two games.
What?
I've been wanting to play Sea of Thieves.
Huh.
Like I know there's been more updates. I mean, they're always updating it, but I don't know. There's just, I mean, it's never going to compare to the first time. You know,
Oh, yeah,
the
of course.
first time you're sailing around and listening, just playing the music. But I think, I mean, I don't know. I still had a lot of fun with it. I'm like, I've been wanting to play it.
I have
And the other-
reinstall it if we want
Yeah.
to play it.
Last time we
The-
played it, we played that ship battle mode where there were like 12 ships.
That was
Oh,
fun.
the arena.
That was really fun.
that was
Although
sick.
people were super toxic in that.
Oh
They were-
yeah.
Yeah.
If you leave voice chat on, you just hear screaming and ear rape constantly. So kind of like our Discord chat.
yeah, pretty
Basically.
much.
The other game is Ark.
Actually, yeah,
Surprisingly.
Ark is fun.
I don't know. I've been wanting to play Ark recently.
Have you
I
seen
miss-
some of the newer Ark maps?
No, I have. What,
You can literally
whoa,
go to
maps?
space. Yeah. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go to
it's
space.
crazy.
I
The
know the
Genesis
last-
ones.
You could tame space whales and you could
Oh,
load them
that
with guns and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Genesis.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
I don't know. I've been wanting to play it. Like, it just looks really fun.
If we played it again, we'd get into increased rates for everything.
Yeah. Remember that? What was that clan that helped us out?
Was it China?
China something?
China. Yeah, China was good. And then there was that one clan that owned everything that we were always worried
the,
about.
Gucci gang.
Oh,
yeah.
That was annoying.
I don't know. I like just remembering on it. It's like I miss it. You know.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then there was
for
that whole-
one of our first videos, right? On Cubold Gaming.
It was. Yeah.
Like our third video or something like that.
Yeah. Then there was that interdimension war or whatever. Some people from another server hopped into ours, and then
oh,
like,
and they were
we
just
all-
destroying stuff.
Yeah, the clans like help defend our world against them.
They had the giant mechs. I remember one guy flew onto our base and I just said hi to him and then he somehow blew something up and our entire base was gone.
Yeah, we had like a little shack.
Yeah, because it takes so long to get established.
True. Yeah.
And we were playing on an official server.
Yeah.
Were we really?
We were.
Well, I don't understand how the people even got in there with their objects
Because
all
you
of
can
the-
transfer between servers.
No, the thing is, yes, I know you can, but all of the areas that you can actually do that were blocked off by Gucci Gang.
Yeah, but they were so powerful they could destroy those things.
Yeah, but they couldn't get their stuff until they got that. That's what I don't understand. How did they get the stuff?
What stuff?
Their stuff.
You can keep all your stuff in your inventory as you go through and pull it straight out of those.
They probably have it in those cubes.
Yeah.
Those little cubes that can shrink things.
Oh.
Like
And they're,
animals.
yeah, they're so powerful that they could just spawn in their dinosaurs and destroy all the fortifications set up.
Yeah, they had those huge T-Rexes and the things that are... What are those other
The
ones? that are-
Gigas.
The Gigas, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the mechs.
I miss Ark. I'll be honest. I'm kind of missing it. I mean, it wasn't as time consuming as Rust, but
Yeah.
but,
I mean,
It can be.
It can
Depends
be.
on how
yeah,
much
it
you
definitely
play it.
can be.
But I'd be down to get into that again if we play on an unofficial server.
Yeah,
I actually
Most
joined a
of them-
server that had increased rates for everything, and it was super fun. It actually made it less of a grind, and you can kind of just enjoy the mechanics of the game and enjoy getting dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff.
Do some of the unofficial ones, do they wipe?
I
Some
think so,
don't.
yeah.
That wouldn't be too
The
bad.
main
I
ones
mean-
never wipe.
Yeah, I
But-
don't know how that works. That's insane.
I think they just go down when there's an update, and they make the updates in a way that it doesn't break everything if they update it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then there's these massive clans that don't let other people do anything.
And it takes 6 hours to tame a T-Rex, and you have to be there the entire time.
Yeah.
That's why I think unofficial servers in pretty much any game are just not worth your time unless you have no life.
Official
You mean
servers.
official?
Oh, yeah, I meant official. Because any game that has official servers that involves lots of grinding, like Rust or Ark, or pretty much anything else like that, you're going to spend the most time there. And you have constant upkeep trying to keep your base from getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, unless you have no life, it's really hard to play those servers. I know a lot of
or
people
you're from-
only like official. I don't know how. Like, they're so toxic a lot of times. Like with Rust, the official servers are so toxic because they have
Yeah,
the
those
Zerg
are-
clans and they take over everything.
Yeah. But they have so many people.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They're constantly like, what is it? Hiring people to join their little group.
Rust is another fun one. If there
Yeah.
ends up being a shutdown, we might have to.
Have to. Yeah, it's a given.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
The
Yeah,
last, like, it's weird. Every time we play, there's a new friends, new experience, new whole storyline for us.
Yeah, like I said on my video I made about is Rust still good? One of the things I said is Rust is the most fun when you interact with people the most.
Yeah.
Like you make
Definitely.
friends, you make enemies, you team up with people who you were once enemies with, and just crazy stuff happens that you would never experience in other games.
Yeah. Oh, cool YouTube update. We hit 1,000
Oh yeah,
Yes.
actually 11,
previous week.
almost 1,200 now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Going
It's
fast.
awesome.
So we're monetized on YouTube, which is pretty cool. We'd like to get some sort of studio in the spring if we're able to. That way we can
Yeah,
make
that's definitely
videos
the
and
next step.
record podcasts and all that kind of stuff.
And there won't be as
Yeah.
much noise and around
And
us.
if we're able to get it by the spring, then that's when we'll do both audio and the video version of a podcast.
Yeah. And we'd upload a backlog of all of our podcasts to YouTube with just like a CuboldCast image instead of a video.
Yeah.
So people could go back and listen to those on YouTube if they wanted to.
That'd be cool if we could make some sort of animation where like the lights are flickering kind of a little bit.
Oh
Not
yeah.
flickering, but like kind of, fluctuating or whatever.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting with a video podcast because we'd have to set up cameras too. We probably just, to start, we'd probably just have cameras on us the whole time. We probably wouldn't switch around camera views yet.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
we'd
do
have-
that, but that's kind of hard.
We might even have to have someone actively switch and bring
Yeah,
up statistics, bring up trailers.
We have to pay someone for that though.
Yeah. In the future. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
We'll pay Ben to do
definitely.
that in the future. He's our podcast editor right now. He doesn't do a whole lot of edits for it though. He mostly makes a few cuts.
Yeah.
He's saving up for a PC, so
Wonder how close. Is he close?
no.
Out of curiosity.
No, he's like I think he has like it's over 200 saved up for it. I'm not sure.
What is he getting? A 20 series?
I recommended either a 16 or if he really wanted to, he could save up for get the 3060 Ti. But
How much is that?
It's about 400 for the card. But
My first GPU I bought was 600.
yeah, I'm saying like the 3060 Ti is on par with the 2080.
Things are so much more
wow.
powerful now. I mean, the first GPU I ever bought was the GTX 980. And it was $600 when I got it.
That thing was a thick boy.
It was a beast. I mean, it wasn't powerful. Well, it was powerful for its time, but it was thick. It was
Yeah,
huge.
dude, when you sold it to me, the motherboard I had was bending.
yeah.
I
It was
remember
so
that.
ridiculous.
It was so thick.
You had to put a pen to prop it up.
Yeah.
I had that with a 6-core AMD processor,
The old AMD FX series.
FX 6300. Man, that thing bottlenecked so badly.
Oh, yeah, I imagine.
It was terrible. And then when
You
I
guys know
finally
that-
got an i7, it was a huge difference.
Yeah. Do you guys know that Intel dropped their prices?
Did they really? To
Yeah,
compete with
slightly.
AMD?
Yeah, so like the 10900K is now the same price as the 3600X, I think. And they're basically on par. The only difference is that you basically get the same amount of frames, but the 10900X uses about maybe 10 to 15% less of the CPU power.
Wait, the 10900K
Usage?
uses less?
Yeah, it uses less, but they both get around the same frames. But that's for the 3600X versus the 10900K. But then if you get up to like it's the next one? 10100K?
I don't know. There are
I'm
so
not
many
sure.
now.
Oh, but then, we're going for the 3900X. So,
I'm actually curious to see what happens around the time we upgrade in the spring, because the 11 series is supposed to come out this year or next year for Intel.
oh yeah.
So
What-
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do. I don't
Well,
know
it might
when.
it might be cheaper for
Yeah.
us to like get the same ones, but it might be cheaper next year.
But if that comes out,
Yeah.
they might drop prices even more on the current gen.
Oh, and corrections. I think it was the 3700X that was pitted against the 10900.
Huh.
I mean, that's still a beast CPU though.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for the consumer. Competition is always good.
Yeah,
for
I was
the
gonna
consumer.
say I love competition. It's bringing the prices down for everyone.
Yeah, it's good.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about open
games?
world
Oh yeah,
games.
we've been rabbit trilling. Okay.
I think
It's
we're all
another
just.
one.
I think we're all just tired.
We're off. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, but
Yeah.
actually, I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah, me too. There's a little delay with the Discord. I can hear it. It's like
It's a little.
we'll say
confusing
something and it
sometimes.
takes like a few seconds to respond sometimes. But
Oh,
that's okay. Open world games. We gotta think of another one.
Eco?
Actually, yeah, Eco's a
Eco's
fun one.
pretty.
Eco's a good
Eco's
one.
fun. Yeah.
Have they updated that a lot?
Let me check. I have it right here. There is an update in my queue. I don't know if it's just a small update.
I don't know if we ever did a podcast on that. No, we did a video on it.
I did. Yeah, I made a video on it. Because I think it's one of the better survival games. It's a little unoptimized. It's a little weird, but the amount of features that you can do is insane. I mean, you can have your own political system. You can make your own constitution. You can elect leaders, government leaders. You can elect a president. You have land claims.
You know, it was actually built for classrooms
Yeah,
to teach
I know.
kids about stuff like governments and how society functions, which is pretty cool.
It's a literal civilization simulator.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
Yeah, you grow your skills in a certain trade, and it becomes cheaper for you to make resources in that trade. And then you can establish currencies that you can trade other people for goods or whatever, or you could barter with them. It's really fun. It's better
Yeah.
with more people.
Yeah, and another cool thing is actually I figured this out I discovered this in my video is once you start infrastructure and you start having people bringing loads of logs or metal beams and stuff like that, you can actually, if you're trained in this trade, you can actually CNC machine. So like I was in one of the servers and I walked into a manufacturing building and then I see like all these CNC machining and like laser machines, and it's like it's insane
gets
because you can build
insanely-
cars. Yeah, you start from nothing to basically having a running society with machinery and
Yeah,
manufacturing.
but when we
and-
played, we never got that far.
No.
no,
It's basically a more realistic Minecraft, because instead of having an inventory full of sand, when you want to get sand or dirt or something, you actually have to shovel it into a cart and then push that
Yeah.
cart to your storage location.
yeah,
And over time, you slowly get better at collecting resources or crafting. And
and
the cool thing is that you can't do everything yourself. Like, you actually need to rely on other people and their own trades.
Yeah.
and another, well, basically the whole premise of the game is you're trying to stop a meteor from hitting the Earth, because apparently there's a meteor, and I think it's like 30 days, but you can set it to whatever you want. And it'll hit the Earth in that time. So basically your goal is to start from caveman, basically, to get to the point where you're so advanced in technology that you can actually make these lasers and shoot the meteor. But a lot
But
of
you
people
can
turn that off.
actually, and you can actually destroy the environment in the process.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the other thing.
Like, you can pollute the rivers and kill plants and make animals and plant species go extinct if you're not careful. So you have to actually take everything carefully.
I think in our world we made corn extinct.
Yeah, we did.
Something
we didn't
like
have
that,
any corn.
yeah.
I think we. Yeah,
So we just
and
kept eating it, and it only grew in one
Yeah.
part of the world.
I don't think. Yeah, and so you have to kind of like create this balance where you advance, but you don't do it too fast to where you start polluting the world and making things go extinct.
Brian was trying
obsessed.
to buy us off with his Just Luck credits.
Ah, yeah.
Those were worthless.
Currency backed by nothing.
So you can have each person starts with their own currency. Like mine would be MightyCasub currency, and so you have your own currency, but it's essentially worth nothing, right? Because it's not tied to any standard, or it's not universal currency. So then, but you can establish a universal currency. Like I think it's like you have to establish it on some sort of gold standard.
You create a mint, and then you use
Right,
that
yeah.
mint to create a standard behind it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
Brian
crazy.
was trying to buy us off with his worthless.
Yeah, but he would
Just luck
always
credits.
he would always go off by himself and leave
Oh,
the
yeah.
group, and so he would have his own little ecosystem over
He was
there.
trying to do a revolution against us. He was trying
But
to
nobody would
Even
join
though you
him.
can't kill each other or die. That was really fun, though. I think it would be really cool if we could start like a Cubold gaming eco server.
It would.
Like a dedicated server people can play on?
It's $30.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
No,
really?
it was 20.
I
thought it was
pretty
20.
Sure
That's kind of a
it's-
lot, though.
Let me check. No, it's $29.99.
Oof.
Hmm.
That's a huge
That's a bit much.
barrier to entry there.
I don't know
if
why
it
it's
was
worth
like-
30. I mean, Minecraft's
What?
not even $30.
Is
No,
it? It's
Minecraft
20.
is usually
like
30.
No, it's 27, something like that.
Oh,
For
that's
the-
close enough
for the PC,
honestly.
and then other versions are 20, like the console versions.
Have you guys heard of Scum?
I've heard of it. I mean,
That's that prison simulator, or the prison island or something.
Yeah, something like that. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I got pretty bad feedback from what I've heard. Like, I don't know. I've looked into it, and a lot of people say it's very toxic and unpolished.
I can see that. Yeah, it looks like one of those types of games.
I mean,
What
speaking
rating
of
did it get on
survival
Steam?
games- What?
What rating did Scum get on Steam?
Mostly positive, and the recent views is very positive.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, speaking of survival games, what about Astroneer?
Astroneer's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I love Astroneer. That's actually mostly what my videos consisted of when we first started was Astroneer guides. Basically, you start at. Man, just looking at it now, I want to play it. I want to play a lot of things apparently today.
Yeah.
But basically, you start out as these cute little characters, and you start out on a planet. Usually, Sylvia is the planet you start out on, or Silva, and you slowly gain materials, and you have this little mineral tool thing, and then you suck up like materials and stuff like that, and you can make all these complex machines like chemistry labs, centrifuges, soil centrifuges, smelters, atmospheric condensers.
Yeah, stuff like that, and you eventually work your way to building spaceships to fly to other planets.
Yeah, so that's basically the goal.
Actually, no, the goal isn't the fly to other planets. The goal is to turn on all of the power systems on each of the planets.
Yeah, you can teleport between planets that you connect.
But you
with
have to
these big
turn the
structures.
core on first before you do that. And that means mining to the middle of the planet. Each planet.
It's really relaxing,
Yeah.
honestly. It's a very low-key, relaxing exploration game with amazing colors.
Until you start digging into one of the caves.
Yeah, so there are all these killer plants, but that's basically the only hazard, except for dying from oxygen loss.
But yeah,
And there are storms on other planets and stuff.
Actually, they took that out.
Completely?
They did?
Last time I played Astroneer, they didn't have storms.
I used to love the storms.
Like, at all. You were playing with me, Caleb. We went to a bunch of planets. There were no storms.
Storms are awesome because you'd have to hide in your base or dig
I'm
a
not
hole.
sure if it was like a glitch or they actually took them out.
I'm not seeing anything in the updates, but they might have taken them out.
But they're still updating the game, though, even though it came out.
What
they're always updating it.
What about Red Faction Guerrilla?
Yes.
That was a game that growing up, Chug and I didn't have a lot of game systems. Like, I think we got like our PS3 like 2014 or something like that.
Yeah.
But we would always go over to my cousin's house and we'd play this game on his computer. because he would have all the good games. Like we'd play Battlefront 2, like the 2007 version, on his computer. 2005.
Yeah.
And we play Red Faction Guerrilla over there too. And basically that game is you're on Mars and there's a civilization on Mars, but every single building is destructible. So you can destroy it with a sledgehammer or explosives or drive buildings into them or drive vehicles into the buildings. It was really
cool.
fun.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. So I think I got it for the Xbox too.
PS3, I thought.
Oh, was it the PS3?
I thought it was PS3.
Yeah, but that was an awesome game. The destruction mechanics were amazing.
They were.
I've never seen a game with destruction mechanics like that.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Even the sequel, Armageddon, it had the same mechanics, but it wasn't open world. It was a linear game that didn't get that great of reviews.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't the reception pretty bad for that one?
Yeah, because it was a step backwards.
Yeah.
They went from open world to linear. And
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it was a high bar to beat, and they didn't even really attempt. They just kind of went full linear on it.
I'm looking at my Steam library. I see Forest. I had a weird dream the other day where someone was like, "Yeah, the Forest 2 came out a couple days ago." I'm like, "What? How did I miss it?" And I was like flipping out because I missed the release, but I'm glad it was just
The Forest is such a good game that you were dreaming about it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
We've mentioned the Forest a lot in the podcast.
It's amazing. It's a great game. Incredible. I can't wait for the second one.
Son of the Forest?
Wait,
when is that called?
When is that releasing?
Yeah, when is that? Well, I guess we have.
There's no release date.
Oh, really?
Not
is
yet.
It next year sometime?
There was the teaser trailer for it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which we didn't even realize it was Forest at first.
Yeah, it looked different.
Right.
Yeah,
and that was released last year during the Game of the Year awards. That was almost a year ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no release date.
Man, 2020 went so fast, it seemed like.
It really did.
Like, because we lost so much of the year in lockdown. Yeah,
I've heard it described as it passed so fast, yet it felt slow at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's crazy that we're already at the end of the year, but when we were like living through the day by day, it seemed like it was longer than it actually was.
Such a drag.
It's weird.
It was really fun for the first, like, I'd say week. Like, the second week wasn't that bad. After that, though, I just wanted to go to the gym. I just wanted to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Go somewhere.
Yeah.
It was really a weird experience.
Yeah, the first week we played a lot of Rust.
We played for a couple weeks, I think. We played a couple wipes.
2 week. Oh wait, we played a couple weeks.
I
thought we played one.
We played one full wipe, and then we started on another one. But there was that one Russian clan that kept destroying us, so we kind of just gave up and stopped.
Yeah.
Richard,
when's the second?
I was gonna ask, Jay, would you consider Bioshock to be open world?
No. Well, actually,
like, in a way,
yes.
It is.
Yeah, you can go back to the areas afterwards, so it technically is open world. But it's one of those linear open worlds, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can explore the world as you choose, but there's a linear mission to it.
Yeah, there's not like optional quests, but you can explore.
Yeah, there are tons of collectibles and secrets you can find. Bioshock is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, Kev, you need to play the Bioshock games.
Yeah, I do.
At least only play the first one.
Yeah. Maybe Infinite.
Maybe I wasn't as impressed with Infinite because they
I don't know. I liked
up,
Infinite a lot.
They changed up the whole series in one game. I'm not going to get into it now because it's too spoilery, but they completely changed the premise of the entire series with that one.
I don't know. I liked it.
You liked most games though.
Yeah, that is true.
How about when's Dying Light 2 coming out?
Nobody knows.
It was delayed, right? Since
really?
COVID.
Yeah, it was delayed, and then that's why people are surprised that Cyberpunk's actually coming out in 3 days. Like,
wow.
People are actually like,
I can't believe that it's finally coming out.
Yeah, we'll see how the reception is for it.
Well, preloading's happening right now, I think.
How big is it?
I don't know. Actually, I want to look.
This game better be like 300 gigabytes.
Yeah, it better be huge for what it's offering.
I mean, when GTA is 100 gigabytes,
gigs.
Wait, what?
No way.
Confirms that the game will take 70 gigabytes of space.
Are you kidding? How's that possible?
unless they found some way to compress like crazy.
GTA 5 from 2013 is over 100 gigabytes. This game has been
games
in
have
the
been
works
increasingly
since
getting bigger.
2011. How?
That's a little worrying. Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's twice as
I have
big
no
as
idea
GTA
why.
5.
Oh wait, in size or
Estimate suggests the size. Yeah,
The map size?
the map size is twice.
How
as
do they
big.
have the storage be less than GTA 5?
I don't understand. And it's supposedly better graphics. So, shouldn't it be bigger?
Yeah, the textures should be higher quality, so there should be more textures.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I personally
That's really
think it's
weird.
going to get in between reviews because
Mixed.
it's been hyped
Yeah.
for so long. How are they going to please everybody? You know,
It's gonna be mixed.
True, yeah.
It's no doubt it's gonna be mixed.
even if it's
Yeah.
amazing, I bet it'll still get mixed because people have their own expectations of what it should be, and they've never really given people anything to expect. Like no one really knows what it's going to be like.
Games like that always usually get mixed reviews because there's always that group of people, that expect too much.
There's some people who are thinking this is going to be game of the decade and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like game of a generation. So we'll see. We'll probably
gonna
be able to
be-
say during the next podcast because we'll find out in a couple days.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with like reviews and stuff on YouTube, like Game Ranks, with their before you buys and stuff
I
like
don't
that.
trust the bigger people.
Well,
on
I know.
YouTube.
I'm just saying, like, let's just see what happens because I want to see it. Is the review going to come out the 10th or is it going to be a couple days after? Because if it's out like the day the game comes out, the game isn't that long. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
not true.
Yeah.
Sometimes they play
I
like
don't-
15 hours of the game and review it. That's part of the reason I don't trust those big reviewers because they don't even play the entire game and then they get backlash for
Well,
that.
I mean, things like what is it, AGC?
Yeah,
Or-
I love AGC or ACG.
I mean, he's big. He's big now, but I mean, you know that he plays the game fully. Actually, he didn't get a pre-release copy, so his is gonna come out later.
of Cyberpunk.
He's gonna come back to he's gonna have to come back to the game,
Huh.
which is kind of weird because he didn't get approved for a pre-release copy.
That's
so
weird.
I'm not sure.
I wonder
what
if
that
there's
means.
only specific people for Cyberpunk.
I don't know. A lot of the big companies get bought out. Like with
like IGN and
The Last of Us 2, like these huge companies released 10 out of 10s
yeah.
right before it came out. And that game was not a 10 out of 10. It was a good game. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't a 10.
Yeah. What's that other one? That game. There's one where
Game Rant?
that meme is. I don't
GameSpot?
think Game Rant.
I don't know.
It might have been GameSpot, where that recent Miles Morales review.
Oh,
that guy's
yeah.
like the
exaggerated swagger of a black
yeah, yeah. The Miles Morales does like some sort of backflip thing or something, and he's like, there's like this white guy on the mic, and he's like, I love the exaggerated swagger of a black teen when he does this flip or something like that. And then it just went crazy on the internet. Just
Yeah.
making it into memes.
It's ridiculous, though.
Like, what a weird line. Like,
It-
who wrote
I
that and
don't
was like,
know.
that's good.
I don't know.
I've seen some people say that, like, they do a play on it and they're like, the mediocrity or something of like a middle-aged white man. They do a play. It's like, it's hilarious, but it's so weird how someone could write that and be like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
I don't understand.
I didn't even watch those big reviews from those companies.
No.
Sometimes
prefer-
I watch.
those
I
are
watch
wasted
before you buy sometimes, but
I
literally,
watch Game Rex because he's very honest with
I don't.
with what
I
he
don't
says.
watch Jake though. If it's Jake in the video, I just click off of it.
who's Jake.
He's the main
Jake
main
Baldino?
guy.
Yeah, Jake.
He does the
No,
Before
no.
you buy.
Falcon does before he buys too.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
no, he doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, it's always Jake. Jake started that series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Falcon does the other kind of abstract ones.
Oh, I guess I got their names mixed up. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it's always Jake.
Yeah. What's another game? I'm looking at my library here.
There's Dead Side.
Dead Side's good. Someone was saying it was abandoned. I've never seen that though.
I hope it's
November
not.
26th. There was an update. That's
Oh,
recent.
that's recent. So yeah, that's not abandoned.
Despite the fact that it's not a major update, it still contains a few things. Yeah, minor update. New missions. New items.
Trove. I was playing a game, Realm of the Mad God, and it seemed like a 2D Trove.
Oh, I love Realm of the Mad God.
Yeah, it was on my recent video, and it got me in the mood to play Trove again.
Yeah.
I had like 41 hours in that game.
Yeah, I had that for one of my best free open world.
Yeah. That game was so cool. There were so many different classes you could be.
It's fun. Like, even when I was getting footage I made mine a while ago, but I was like, I don't want to play any of the other games. I just want to play this one. Like,
yeah,
it's really fun.
There were a bunch of cool 2D games that I played. There was one called Destination Soul. It's an open world space game, where you're a spaceship, and you could fly around space, and you can harvest meteorites and attack space pirates and stuff. But the cool thing is that there are planets too, and you can seamlessly travel to all the planets in 2D. So like you fly close to the planet, and you can kind of see the gravity is pulling you in, and you'll fall onto the planet, and all of a sudden you're on the planet flying around, and you can see like enemies that inhabit the planet and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Was it a big game?
No, it wasn't huge, but it seemed. I mean, the world seemed big.
Yeah.
There was a sun that I started going close to the sun. I didn't see what happened when you go too close to the sun, but yeah, the whole galaxy you could travel around in is pretty big. It's not infinite, and I don't think it's randomly generated, but it was still really cool.
It's actually impressive to see 2D games. Like, if you play a 2D game and you sometimes enjoy it more than like a game with actually good graphics in it. Kind of like, what is it? Like Stardew Valley? Like that type of thing? Like,
yeah,
a Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper, like pixel games like that are 2D like that it just is relaxing to play.
And I honestly play mostly games like that. Like I'll get the typical AAA games that come out like Cold War and stuff, but I don't get addicted to games like that. I get addicted to games that are 2D and just really engrossing.
Yeah.
Like Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Or other things like that, like Civilization Builder games that are 2D, stuff like that.
I think people just write them off because
smaller developers
or just 2D games in general because they don't take the time to actually start playing the game and see what it has to offer.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a M4 and a first-person view, then they don't want to buy it or even look into it, which is a shame.
It seems like the more work that developers put into the graphics and stuff, the less time they have to develop the other aspects of the game.
Yeah, I mean that's the case a lot of times.
And it seems like once people have like these indie developers and they have their basic foundations of the game, their basic graphics and stuff, then they work on the content of the game. And then they can make it polished and smooth and just make it really fun and work on content.
Yeah. Probably less resources going to making the game look realistic, but more into the content and the story and things like that, mechanics.
Yeah. And the bigger you make a game, the more bugs it's going to introduce and the longer it's going to take to roll out. Then you got to hire beta testers to play the game, and then they got to fix all those bugs. So the bigger a game is, the more that can go wrong with it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, like, The Last of Us 2, like, the story was messed up in that. I didn't like the story, but the gameplay was pretty incredible.
It was.
Yeah. Some of the best.
Like,
some of the best
there are
gameplay
certain
ever.
games that are like that are just masterpieces.
Yeah.
But those are hard to find.
With the bigger companies, at least.
Oh, and Last of Us 2 is one of those linear open world games.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like, especially that one section in, was it Seattle? Where it's open world.
You have your own map. That was cool.
I want to play the first one again, but it's such a good game.
Yeah, first one's amazing.
The story.
I still think that they didn't really need a second one.
No, they
Even
didn't.
though I enjoyed it, but
They should have released, like, the second game should have been its own thing. Like, different characters.
separate story.
Yeah. It could still be in the universe, which would have been really cool. And maybe, like, you hear rumors about things that happened with the main characters.
That would be cool.
But yeah, but you didn't need an entire new story. Like the story was perfect how it ended.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to get on a whole Last of Us rant.
Yeah, he had a whole podcast on it. So
Yeah.
Actually, need
two
another whole podcast on it.
podcasts. Yeah, you're right.
What do you guys think about No Man's Sky now? Now with all the updates and things.
I still think it's kind of boring. I mean, every time I've tried to play it, I didn't see the point to doing anything because the building isn't exactly that fun, and it seemed like I was working towards something that didn't matter. And I know games are to have, like, the point is to have fun, but you at least have to feel like you're working towards something.
Yeah, true.
And I never felt that. And even Chug, when he had tons of money, he didn't even know what to do afterwards.
Yeah,
like, he had everything that he wanted. He had no point to go explore planets.
yeah, I got to the point I was getting so much money, I literally pulled out Cheat Engine and got like whatever I wanted because I was so bored.
Yeah, this isn't the case for me with all games, but this is where I think it is the case mostly, is when games are procedurally generated, but they don't have enough content or drive that that really, the procedurally generated really hits on you. And I think that's the case in this one, is because I don't want to explore the other planets because there's something about the procedurally generated. Like, I don't have an issue with it, but in this game, it's like heightened. I don't want to explore the other planets because, first of all, like you said, I don't have anything to work towards. And why do I want to explore another planet that wasn't handcrafted? Like, it's not the case with every game, but this one, for some reason, it really hits hard for me.
Yeah,
It's because, like, there is a sense of you don't know what's coming next. I mean, you don't know if you're in the universe, but
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
actually
I
not
just
a,
don't really
a huge
enjoy it.
fan of infinitely generated worlds. I'm sure you
Yeah.
probably talked about this in your economics class, but we had this whole discussion of how many choices is too many choices. Like, at what point do you do you fatigue people when you have too many options? Because
what is it? The golden. They call it the golden. Something like the golden equation or
Something like
golden
that.
Something.
But I feel like when I play, let's say, Minecraft with an infinite world, I'm obsessed with finding the perfect location to set up.
Yeah.
And all I want to do
And
is
Rust
just
too.
travel until I find what I think is the optimal location. But most of the time I never find it, so I have to settle with whatever else I got. And for me,
That's how we are in Rust.
yeah, and for me, when there are too many options, it kind of spoils the fun a bit because I feel like there's something better out there. And that's actually what was talked about in our economics class. When people think there are too many options, they think they might be missing out on something else. And for me, that's always in the back of my mind when I play infinite generated games.
Yeah.
So sometimes I prefer a set space to work with, but there's a lot of depth in that space.
Yeah, true.
And it was actually kind of illustrated in the old Minecraft Pocket Edition. Remember how they used to have the small worlds and, like, it was a set space they had to work with? Chug? Remember that?
Yeah, it was like you could
before they
literally
had the
see
infinite
from one
worlds.
side to the other.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed playing that more, and then when they added the infinite worlds to it, I didn't like playing it as much. And I would actually turn on the boundaries automatically because I would prefer to have a smaller area to work with.
Yeah. I agree. It's almost like
It's that way with
I don't know,
No
how would
Man's
you-
Sky too.
yeah. There's that's weird. I guess we want a goal. Like
Yeah.
we're always looking for some sort of end, I guess.
We don't want to be playing a
weird.
game for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like GTA Online. Like, I was reading the story about a guy who has thousands of hours in GTA Online, and he has pretty much like every car you can buy. And he was saying how pointless he felt after that because the fun is working towards it and the
Yeah, it's like
anticipation
that
of
old
what you can have in
saying.
the future.
Yeah. It's like the old saying, it's lonely at the top.
Yeah, once you're at the top and have everything, what is there to work for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I'm not a big fan of endless worlds either. I mean, it's not that I don't. I mean, I'm trying to think of some games that have that I don't mind. I don't know. I guess would you Raft maybe? I mean, not really.
That's a little
but I mean, it is
different.
constantly procedurally generated. I mean, you run into random islands.
Yeah, and I think that's different because you don't exactly set up a base on those islands.
Well, actually, no. The islands aren't really procedurally generated, though.
They
if you
are.
think about it. Like, no, there's like 3 or 4 set islands.
But they randomly generate in different places.
Oh, yeah. But it's not procedurally generated, isn't it?
It is. They're
The islands are.
Well, they're the same islands, but they just spawn in different areas.
Yeah. So you never know where the islands are.
The main islands are. Yeah, the main islands aren't procedurally.
Well, the smaller ones, they're different ones, but they all look the same. Since the last time
Actually, I think
played.
they might be randomly generated. I'm not sure.
I don't know. They look the same to me.
Do you guys remember Conan Exiles?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
We
was
tried streaming
cool,
that.
but it was like,
I
don't know.
See,
remember that game.
The thing is, I actually enjoyed that game, and I feel like there's a lot more we could have gotten into. But we played an official server, and it was one of those grindy games. Because there's actually tons of lore behind it, and story you can do in the games. You can get to the point where you can literally summon gods out of the sky and attack people, like massive gods. And there's actually a lot to do that we never got into.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when Nick was obsessed with it, I joined him, and we used console commands, and we got all the achievements using console commands.
But what were you saying? Console
Oh, I
commands?
was saying when me and Nick we used console commands to actually like get all the achievements in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we didn't want to get like the grind out of the game, so we're just like, whatever, let's do it.
Have you guys seen footage of when you summon a god?
Yeah.
I've actually done it.
It's really cool. Oh, you have?
Yeah, well, you need
With
to do
console
that for the
commands?
achievements. Yeah,
It only lasts for like 60 seconds, right? To a minute? or
yeah,
something?
something like that.
But you can wreck people's bases. You could just tear through it. Well, actually,
Yeah.
speaking of tear, there's a game called Teardown that I have pulled up here. This game is really fun. It's voxel based, and basically the goal is to complete heists by destroying the environment and preparing the terrain for you to do the heist. So, like,
This game looks fun.
let's say there are computers in a whole bunch of buildings you have to steal. So you have to blow up the walls of the buildings and like create ramps up to each floor. And you have about 60 seconds to get all 4 or 5 computers. Or else like the police will come catch you. So your goal is to prepare the terrain so you can get every single computer in a certain limited number of time or number of minutes or whatever it is. And it's really cool because everything is destructible. And you get tools like shotguns, blowtorches, sledgehammer. You can destroy walls with vehicles. It's a really fun
it looks
game.
awesome.
And I feel like it'd be really cool if it had multiplayer.
It doesn't.
Not yet, no. I think it's still in early access. But it kind of is open world.
Fun.
The worlds are smaller, but you can kind of do whatever you want in those worlds.
Have you guys I know you guys were a while ago. We were all considering getting the new Assassin's Creed, but you guys didn't get it, did you?
No.
Mainly because it's on Uplay. And I don't want to get games from Uplay. I just hate the launcher so much.
Well, I think you might even be able to get it on Epic.
Honestly, I would rather get it on Epic than on Uplay.
Yeah, same.
But even then, I want to have it on Steam.
Yeah, Steam. Yeah, look, you can get it on Epic.
And I haven't heard much about the game. Like, I've barely seen anyone play it.
Well, I mean, for like the first couple of days it came out, like a lot of the streamers played it, but that's just how it goes for those. Type
Yeah, they
of
get paid
games.
to play it the first day.
Yeah.
And they never play it again.
I don't know. It didn't really. When it came out, it didn't look as appealing to me, I guess.
Same with Legion.
Oh, Watch Dogs Legion?
Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh, yeah,
Same with that too.
That does have a cool mechanic, though, how you can recruit anyone in the map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's cool, but the physics, they turned me off so much.
Yeah.
Especially Watch Dogs 2 physics, and they didn't improve that for Legion. Like, I actually tried the demo for Watch Dogs 2, and the first thing I noticed was how unoptimized the game was. The second thing was the stealth is horrible.
It
Like,
really is.
I ran in front of a security guard, and he didn't even notice me. I'm like, okay, I'm not playing this game. And that was just
That
the
breaks
beginning.
the immersion.
Yeah.
It does.
And I watched comparisons between that and GTA and stuff. The ragdolling is so stiff. Like you hit someone with a car and they like literally just go completely straight and just fall over and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I like
Yeah.
games with good physics.
Yeah, that's
When you have a
another
giant city
disappointment
like
for me.
that, you at least want a little bit of physics like that to play around with.
Yeah. And it's not even to the point where it's like it's enough for believability, but it's like ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, GTA
It's very
4's
low.
physics are actually better than GTA 5's.
Really?
They're more fun, I should say.
Oh, can't you like shoot someone in the arm and they hold their arm?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like you shoot them in the leg and they'll fall over. Like if you're walking towards or driving towards a civilian, they'll actually push back on your car and stuff like that. But they would never do any of that in GTA 5.
They just flop over?
Yeah, and there's actually a mod you can get for 5 where it adds the old physics in, and it looks really cool.
Huh.
Hmm.
But you'll
Kinda
get
cool.
banned for playing that online though, right?
Yeah, you'd only play the single player. But the physics for 4 were really good. Like some of the best I've ever seen. A little ridiculous because you can like fly out of your car windshield and go flying, but it's so fun. So it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be realistic.
I'm looking forward to Far Cry 6.
I am too, yeah. It has that one actor in there.
But apparently it's going to be only on Uplay.
Gus.
Yep, and from Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
No, but apparently
Oh, it's only
it's going to be on
Uplay?
Uplay. All the new games are on Uplay or I think on Epic.
I may have to concede that one to them. I may just have to get it on Uplay.
Yeah, true. But what
Although,
if what
if
if
it's
it
on
comes
Epic,
out for
I'll get it on
Steam
Epic.
though? What if it comes out for Steam though
Later?
eventually? Like with Borderlands 3.
That's annoying.
But I don't want to wait a year to play it.
Yeah, with Borderlands 3, JJ and I got it, and it was only on Epic. And it's out on Steam now. Like, it came out like a couple months ago, I think, on Steam. And I've been tempted to get it on Steam, but I was like, I already beat it, though.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's annoying. Oh, it's going to be on Epic.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll probably get it on Epic.
Yeah. What's it? Biomutant.
That looks so
I haven't seen
fun.
any gameplay of that yet. I don't
You
really
should
know what
watch
it's about.
some, actually.
It looks cool.
It's like, it looks like Breath of the Wild, but it's like entirely different. Like, you have to watch some gameplay on it. It looks pretty sick.
What do you do?
You're like this little animal that you can explore this giant open world. That's pretty much.
Do what though? Like, what's the goal?
I don't know.
Fight.
It's just you fight stuff. Nobody knows. Nobody knows
Oh,
what the.
no one knows what it's about?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's one of those like it's kind of like Cyberpunk. It's like you don't know what to expect.
Well, at least it hasn't been hyped for 10 years.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What other games were like that? Were there any games that were like that?
Not to this
Well,
extent.
hyped?
Hyped for a long time?
I mean, there was
No Man's Sky,
Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all know how that
That
turned
was
out.
hyped. Yeah.
But
Sea of Thieves, actually.
that wasn't
as
hyped for
much.
a while.
I was hyped for that for over a year.
Well, it was that one reveal they did with all those streamers, and they were like going crazy, fighting each other.
Huh.
You guys ever see that?
No.
It was like one of the first reveals. Yeah. Doom
Doom Eternal was hyped.
Doom Eternal.
Last
yeah,
of
but that
Us
was a
2
good game,
was
wasn't it?
hyped.
Oh yeah.
Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Halo Infinite is very hyped right now. See how that goes. Was that hyped?
Well, apparently the first one came out in the early 2000s, and a lot of people played it, so a lot of people were looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I had never played it, and from what I saw from your gameplay, it's super hard to run.
And what?
I saw Chug playing it,
Flight.
and
Wait,
he
what
could
is it?
barely run it on low settings.
Flight Simulator.
Oh, that was terrible.
Like, he has a good computer, too, and he could barely run it.
Yeah, I was getting like 15 frames on lowest
bug
graphics.
snacks.
Yeah, bug snacks.
Yeah, I love
Cold
Bug
War,
Snacks.
Dirt 5, FIFA, Hyrule Warriors. Actually, Ben wanted that.
Sackboy.
Sackboy, A Big Adventure.
Have you heard anything about the PS5?
No,
Not really.
Like,
no.
is it out?
it is.
Yeah, it's been out. I don't know.
I haven't been following it.
what. I haven't either. I don't know.
I asked for the DualSense controller for Christmas.
Huh. You can use it on Steam now, right?
Yeah, you have to turn it into the beta phase though, but there is haptic feedback through Steam.
Huh.
I want to know if there's any numbers out.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, same with
Estimated figures.
Same with Xbox.
Well, people can't even get the Xbox because they're so back ordered.
Same with the PS5.
Huh.
Um,
Probably because everything was shut down.
Most likely, yeah.
It's recent. Some people are saying that. Wait. As for the worldwide console sales figures for November 8th through 14th, that's a weird time constraint there. Once again, the PS5 is the winner, but only just. Sales for Sony's device are estimated at 1.48 million for the week, while Microsoft's boxes managed 1.35 million. Curiously enough, the Nintendo Switch still managed to reach a figure of over 722,000 sales, even in the week dominated by heavy PS5 and Xbox Series X/S promotion.
Nice.
The Nintendo Switch just wrecks.
It does.
I mean, that's insane.
But the odd thing about Switch is that it doesn't seem like there are a lot of games.
Yeah.
What, on Switch?
Yeah. They're mostly smaller games.
There's a lot. I was going
saying
to say a lot
there
of indie
needs
games.
to be a contender for Switch.
And
there
I like
needs to
indie
be.
games, but I don't like a lot of the indie games that are on Switch.
I just like the classic Nintendo stuff. Smash Bros, Mario. That's what I get it for.
Yeah.
Or I would get it for.
And I would love to play Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah.
But they're going to probably
Yeah,
milk
Zelda.
out Hyrule Warriors for a while, so that was probably
Yeah.
to satiate the people wanting Breath of the Wild too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know about Breath of the Wild too, right?
Yeah, I know it's coming out. Why?
It looks really. I hope. Wait, isn't it gonna be like co-op or something?
Co-op?
Supposedly.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ben was telling me there was supposedly some sort of co-op leak
Huh.
where there's gonna be multiplayer.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Like and I think it's like one person's Zelda or something. Something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind getting a Switch. Again.
Get a Switch Lite.
Cover it. Yeah, but I usually would use the dock though.
Oh, okay.
Because I would do is I would have people over. I'd go over and dock it and then play Smash on the TV.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I would get the light because it looks really nice.
The lights do look cool, but I think they still have Joy-Con drift, which I can't believe they haven't fixed that yet. We still have Joy-Con drift with ours, and I'm waiting on Chug to get that figured out. But he hasn't been.
My controller, my PS4 controller, actually starts having Joy-Con drift now.
Wait, what? Your PS4 controller has Joy-Con drift?
Yes.
Nice.
No, it's the left stick is drifting.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I had that issue with multiple Joy-Cons. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for the podcast today. Definitely a different format that we're still getting used to. So bear with us if it's going to be a little different for the next couple weeks. Yeah, there's a lot of background noise too because people are walking around and yelling all over the place since we're not in our typical recording studio. Anyone else have anything to say?
Play open world games.
Yeah, any of the ones that we've talked about are great options.
Yeah, they're just look them up.
There are so many that we could never cover them all in one podcast.
Like Joltryx and I alone, we looked in our libraries. We had like over 100 something open world games in our libraries.
A lot of those I've never even played.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in the next podcast.